Should I have said it that way? Hey there, I'm Christian Scott and welcome back to my channel. Let's talk about words, how we use them in the vocal studio, and how those word choices impact student learning. This is a really personal topic to me because I'm an auditory learner primarily. I remember the things people say as well as how those things were said. So now as a teacher, I'm super picky about the words used in my studio. So the short story is that in my early music study, I experienced a lot of negative wording thrown my way. Words that insinuated something inherently wrong or unfixable about me and or my voice. Though I also got some good feedback, the stuff that stuck were the comments about how I was fundamentally wrong. Fast forward to my junior and senior years of study, and my next voice teacher had to deal with me and my blossoming anxiety over my voice. I'm not saying I cried every day I had to perform, but let's just say I had more than a few breakdowns in her office. My poor voice teacher. My anxiety became crippling when I had to sing solo opera, and I had very little reprieve from the misery. Side note was that it truly was only opera that had this effect on me. I could sing almost any other genre of music and feel grounded and in my body, but singing opera was just ugh, and I felt like a total imposter in my field, which I honestly hated because I wanted to be good at it and have others believe I was good at it too. Anyway, the anxiety got to the point that I spoke to a therapist about it. I began to uncover that I had internalized some early things said to me about my voice by previous teachers and mentors. Some things that were perhaps true and some things that were patently false. Therapy helped me realize that I had to try to essentially ignore the signals my brain was giving me if I was going to make it through my music degree. It also helped me realize that I had to try to make new associations with performing and heal the overwhelmingly negative feelings about my voice. Another side note here, I'm a perfectionist and a highly self-critical person. I don't know if this is more nature or nurture for me, but regardless of how I came to be this way, I want to say unequivocally, if you're struggling with your thoughts and overwhelmed, that's not normal. Talk to someone, seek help, and don't wait because you do deserve to feel better. Back to the story. Fast forward to graduate school and I've got another voice teacher. I have to be honest. I had made some gains with my last teacher and was so nervous about switching because I was scared I'd have another terrible and damaging experience like my first. But guess what? I couldn't have been happier with this new teacher. She was affirming, knowledgeable, and one of the greatest mezzos I know. I will cry if I speak more about her, so I'm going to skip to the part where the impossible happens for me. As I study with this new instructor, I realized that the things she says to me about my voice, even on my worst days, were always corrective and not accusatory. Instead of being coercive, she was direct. Instead of condescending, affirming. I realized while studying with her that my anxiety, while still present, lessened on stage. I began to widen my performed repertoire and create new and nurturing performing experiences. That's my story, for which I'm grateful because now I've learned something invaluable. I've learned that words matter. I'm going to compare and contrast a few wording or phrasing choices that personally impacted me during my formative music study years. First, vocal tone referred to as back or forward versus using color associations to adjust to desired tone color, like maybe yellow for bright, gray for overly covered, or purple for rich. 2, saying don't push versus maybe use energy, not effort, or support the tone. Referring to specific pitches as being in specific vocal registers versus asking the student if they're singing in a unified or disjointed manner. Next would be pointing out inconsistent vibrato speed versus asking the student to apply brilliance or shimmer throughout the piece. Substituting the word fix with adjust. Also, substitute commenting on perceived vocal weight with asking the student to adjust warmth or richness of tone. Instead of grading based on right or wrong performance practices used or teacher approval, grade based on student assessment of goal achievement. These are some of the words and phrases I've found that work or don't work for me and my students. Please keep in mind that each teacher reserves the right to choose the language used during their lessons based on their individual experience and or training. However, the students don't have a choice, so my hope for fellow teachers is for us to remember that all words are not created equal and should be chosen and used with care and kindness. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. If you have a topic you'd like me to cover, let me know in the comments section. Remember to give yourself a little grace, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Class dismissed.